This is a part of the drainage system, like the gargoyle.
Okay.
The drainage system, when it rains, the water will be coming out from the mouth of the dragon's head. In a heavy rain day, we could see a spectacular view of 1,000 dragons spouting water at the outer court. This animal is one of 9 sons of the dragon. Dragon has 9 sons. Does it make sense? Has 9 children. And this is one of them. It's called a Gong Fu. This animal is capable of sucking all the rainwater in its belly during the rainy days to protect the Forbidden City from being flooded. And this is the palace used as a living palace for the emperor back in the Ming and early Qing dynasties, which divided into 3 parts. The middle chamber used as the office for the emperor. The emperor worked in that middle chamber on a daily basis back in the days, handling the state affairs, giving audiences to the high-ranking officials, ministers. And on the both sides of the middle chamber, there are 2 sleeping chambers for the emperor. People put 27 beds in those 2 chambers. 27 beds, sleeping beds, because the emperor is so worried that they might be assassinated by some of those bad people. That's why they put 27 beds in those 2 chambers to avoid of being assassinated, to make sure that nobody know where he was sleeping at night. In 1542, there was an emperor in the Ming. He was nearly being assassinated in this palace by those palace girls. Those palace girls tried to strangle the emperor to death, but they failed at the end. So after that, the emperor put 27 beds in those 2 palaces. Okay, and there are many small buildings that stand around this courtyard. Each of them has their own function. Like the one over here with the door open, that room is called the Office of Respectful Affairs. That is the place where those head eunuchs work at. Eunuch. They work in that place. Their job was to oversee those palace-maids and eunuchs back in the days. And another job for those eunuchs was to write down the emperor's daily activities. Especially the emperor had those intimate activities with the ladies. They need to write down exact date and time for the future verification of pregnancy. All those ladies, eunuchs, and palace maids are under their control. So used as the office, which houses 2 ancient clocks. One is called a water clock, right over here, but it's too dark. This is a water clock. It had been functioned, in this country for like 3,000 years, composed by 3 containers, like a top container, middle, and a bottom. So top container, which is filled with water, and the water is dripping down to the middle and to the bottom, and there's a small figurine down here. The water fill into the bottom container, and the figurine will be rising up, showing many scales on its body. So by looking at those scales, people would know what the time is. That's the way to check the time back in the days. Okay? And over here, on this part behind the window, there's a Western clock. Okay, Western clock. The first Western clock was given by this Italian missionary in 1600. So from 1600, the emperor started to use the Western clock in the Forbidden City.